Good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Hiking the Wainwrights. It is so good to be back out here. Now moved on to the far eastern fells and today's walk starts on a boat. Yay! Could I get a single to Howtown, please? See me ticket? Yeah. That's great, thanks. So the idea of today is to walk from Howtown back to Glenridding, which is where I've parked today, but via Placefell up there. The first part of the day today is to get on the Ullswater steamer and get over to Howtown. Tell you what, let's go and have a look at the map and see exactly where we're going today. So from Glenridding I'm going to be steaming towards Howtown with the majority of the route on the right hand side of the boat. Really beautiful way to start the walk actually. But now it is time to walk. So from Howtown, I'm going to head up to Martindale Church and then up to Hallin Fell, where the views will open up in all directions. Then from there, I'm going to drop down back to the church again and head over towards Sannock. This next section is pretty steep. It takes me up to Sleet Fell. From the top of here, I'll be heading over towards High Dodd, probably going to go around it, and then over Low Moss, over towards the Night, and finally up to Placefell itself, before dropping down to Bordale Hawes. After which it's a fairly gentle stroll back down towards Patterdale and a bimble back into Glenridding and of course the van and pub.
We have over 160 years of history sailing on England's most beautiful lake. And the starboard side was a green. The lake is thought to have been
Thank you. Thank you. Cheers. See you. Right, here we are in Howtown. Let's just wave goodbye to the boat. Back off to Glenridding. But we're off up to Hallin Fell, which is just behind these trees here. Can't really see it, unfortunately. I tell you what, I'm glad I'm moving because just sitting there on that boat, I got really cold. As lovely as it was on the boat, and what a great way to start a walk, by the way. Definitely recommend it. It's nice to actually get moving and get the blood pumping. Really chuffed to be back out. Really excited. It feels like ages since that last episode. Well, it was 3 months ago since I filmed it. And it's very different weather now. That was back end of August, so it's still quite warm, but it was changing. You know, there's a lot of inversion going on and it's definitely cooling off. Flipping out, that boat's miles away already. Pretty quick. Speedboat. But today is very cold. As you can see, I'm all rugged up. It's supposed to be about 4 degrees at the top with the wind chill because it is quite a breezy day today. It's probably going to be around about 0, maybe -1 or something like that. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit different. But yeah, how gorgeous is this place? Look at it. Okay, I think this is the path. Just need to double check on the map. Patterdale Sannock, I think that's probably the way. I'm just going to check on the map because I just want to make absolutely sure, because I don't want to head off in some ridiculous direction and be completely wrong. Okay, I can confirm this is the way. So I was worth having a quick check before disaster strikes. Anyway, let's get a bit further round to that south side track that's opposite the church. See what we can see from there. It's great to be back. It's great to have you guys back. Oh. So literally a couple of minutes after that gate, you can see the views are opening up already behind. Really beautiful, looking north towards Pooley Bridge. Very nice. Love these trees. Oh, I'm out of breath. It'll take about 6 episodes to get my fitness back, I think. So until then, you just have to put up with me puffing and panting. That's really nice to see. Group of kids there out on an adventure with school, maybe, I don't know. And there's another group just up here doing some bouldering. The next generation of outdoors people, our kind of people. Look at it, 10 minutes. 10 minutes and you're getting this. Okay, already at the point where I'll start to ascend Hallin Fell itself. So I'll be kind of coming back down sort of the same way, slightly over that way, a little bit more to the south. I'm going to try and stick to the north as much as possible and look down into Howtown before heading back around onto the summit. Look at those trees there. How flipping gorgeous is that? It really is. Could be some good shots today if I get my camera out. So as we move up the fell, we can start to see the rest of the route ahead. So going over to Place Fell right there, look. Okay, so the summit is just there, but I'm going to head this side first and have a look down onto Ullswater on the other side. But look behind. It's crazy. The crossroads to the summit. But like I said, we're going to this little knob here. You see a bit of Ullswater already. I think a minute ago I could see Little Mel Fell. Difficult to tell from this angle, but I think it was. I'll go and check it out. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh, that's very nice. And I bet this is frequented less than the summit. Lovely. That is Little Mel Fell over there. Let's get on to the summit because time is a serious factor today, or certainly daylight anyway. I mean, walking in the dark isn't a problem, but filming in the dark is. But look at that, isn't it just? Ah, it's beautiful. And wait till we get to the summit, because all this stuff in the foreground here, we're obviously in a little bit of a depression here now, will disappear and we'll get full unobscured views. Let's go and check out the obelisk, yeah, see what the views are like, and then push on, because like I said, time is of the essence. I don't believe it. I've hit a bog already. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, but it was okay. Again, making epic dramas out of nothing. Okay, just getting to the summit, but first I'm going to get over to this little cairn here. It's quite cute. Not bad. Half an hour from the pier. Okay, let's get on up to the summit so you can see the obelisk there, look, and you can see some people stood next to it. Gives you a sense of scale. Now, I was going to get the drone out today for all you drone fans. I've got a new one. I thought today would be a great day to have its first flight, but it's just too windy. There's no way I'm getting my brand new drone up in this wind, so I'm really sorry. Unfortunately, it's going to have to wait until there's a nil wind situation going on. Now that would be an epic shot. Let's get over here. Let's have a look down Bannerdale and Bordale, because what we can see very clearly from here is the whole of Bordale heading right up to Bordale Hawes, which is where I'll be later on actually. I'll be dropping off Placefell down to Bordale Hawes. Could you imagine this in winter when there's snow on the ground, you've got a little bit of light coming through hitting the ground. I mean, you can see it over there on the nab. It's just trying to get a little bit of shaftage there, but it's not quite coming through. Very thick cloud at the moment. Beautiful fell, beautiful views in all directions. Some great shots of just people just on their own. It would have been wonderful to get the drone up, but yeah, not to be, not today, but I will get it out on some other future episode, I do promise. Right, let's get on. If you're liking this video, please give it a thumbs up, because all the likes make a big difference to a small channel like this. If you have no idea how important likes are, it's a big deal. It's got to be said, this is a very, very nice path to walk down. This here, incidentally, this little hill here, is called Paikawassa. I love that name. It's got to be one of the best names in the lakes. It's like Swahili. Ni sawahasa, Paikawassa, Hakuna Matata. Brilliant. Oh boy, really overheating now. Too many layers on. Just getting to the bottom of Hallin Fell. There's a church just here. I'm gonna have to disrobe a little bit because there's a steep pull up Sleep Fell, the beginning part of the next section of the walk. Now then, look at that for a potential shot. You can park here and get this shot. I mean, look at the walls. That is stunning. So, now heading down to the road and following that for a little bit to the beginning of Sleep Fell. Oh, I'll tell you what, I feel better now taking that jacket off. It's amazing how warm you get in that. Such a thin piece of material, but very effective at keeping you warm. That's the Primaloft. That's that Rab one away. I mean, it looks a little bit like a shell suit. Remember Harry Enfield and Paul Whitehouse in the 90s with the Scousers and the shell suits. Right, look at this. Look at it. You can imagine it in full autumn raiment around here. And so quiet. I mean, there's obviously quite a lot of people going up Hallin Fell there, but I don't reckon I'll see that many people from now on the rest of the route. It's a bit of an unusual route, this one. I think a lot of people will get the boat, steamer, sorry, to Howtown and then walk back to Glenridding along the shoreline, which is lovely. Look at this. That's from The Holiday, surely. Crummy girly film that I really like. So we're heading towards Sannock. We don't want to be going down there because, well, we'll be skipping out the fell that we want to go up. Just thought I'd give you a moment there without me yip yapping to enjoy that. This water seems very high at the moment. Hello. Oh, ooh, nearly. Ooh, that was very close. Oh, this little fluffy white one on the end here, look, that is very cute. Oh, you're a little cutie, aren't you? Not so sure, don't blame you. Gorgeous, look at it. Imagine just sitting here, having your butties, a little bit close to the edge, I must admit. A little bit rickety, but nice. What a place. Feels very, very quintessential Lake District. I say that a lot, I know, but it does. I was just thinking this would make a really, really good spring walk. You know, when the days are getting slightly longer, trees are starting to get the leaves and there's lambs everywhere, there'll be daffodils all over the place. This could be such a really stunning area to be in. I think I'll definitely come back in spring. God knows where I'm going to be on the Hiking the Wainwrights series. These people here, the first people I've seen since Hallin Fell. Yeah, you get the idea. There's not a lot of people around here at all. It's wonderful. So that was Door Green, and we're heading in the direction of Sannock. The path in a minute is going to head off up onto the fell side. You can kind of see some little grassy trods from here. I want to be going up top, Let's get some height done. I kind of feel like I've lost everything. Well, I did. I mean, that's Hallin Fell there, look. Lost all the height. Yeah, it's time to gain it back. Well, that's nice. The views are starting to open up again. Ullswater, and directly in front is Gowbarrow. Nice little bench up here. This would be a lovely spot to sit and contemplate life, wouldn't it? Let's have a look, see what it says. Oh, Peggy's seat. 80th birthday, 1990. Died 2006 at her home in Martindale. So she probably came up here every day and sat with that view. Peggy was a very wise and very lucky woman. And 96 is a great age to get to, isn't it? I do hope that she was able to continue coming to that seat right up to the end. I'd like to think so. I don't know how realistic that is. It's something I think about quite a lot as I'm getting older. Start to think about these things and the fact that one day I won't be able to come here anymore. Just physically won't be able to walk anywhere, really. Just means that you've got to live every moment like it's precious and that tomorrow might not come at all. It's difficult to do with this busy world we live in, but coming to places like this definitely make it much easier without the distractions of modern life, especially when you turn your phone off. It's a bit of a steep one, this. You can see it cutting up the side of the fell there. So I'm going to get my head down and get up it. Oh boy, this hill is killer. It's just not stopping. It just keeps zigzagging up. Just when you think you're near the top, you kind of get a glimpse of something that's further away. Okay, here we are on the northern end of Sleet Fell. This is the first cairn you get to. This is right above Cat Crag. If you have a look on the map, Cat Crag will be just down here somewhere. There was some beautiful light in the valley there then, but very soft. There's a lot of water, a lot of moisture in the air today, so when you're seeing the light hitting the fells, it's not enough really to get a decent shot. I just clocked over here. You won't be able to see it. You might be able to see it. I've been surprised by what you can see on here. A little bit of cam sticking up way over in the distance there. Very distinctive fell that from certain angles, like a pyramid. Flipping heck, weather's coming in, look. I think I'm gonna get wet. It's so good to be back out on the fells proper. I've missed it. It kind of feels like I'm back home. I don't know if any of you guys feel the same way when you're up here. It feels like you're home. Again, don't know if you can see it, but over there, just touching the cloud ever so slightly, is Angletown Pikes. We get up to High Dodd. That's High Dodd up there. Now, you remember from the first season what a Dodd is? Dodd is a featureless hill thing. Really loving this walk so far. I really do love those A to B walks. You know, when you go out to a point and then you walk back. I love walks like that. There's just something about it, like you're walking home, you know. So I kind of planned in to get to Placefell around about 2 o'clock if possible. That gives me a good 2 hours to get down where I've got some, you know, half decent light to film. Definitely weather moving in now. You can see it coming right, well, towards me. I can feel it coming straight towards me as well. Good. Sick of those flipping sunny walks. Those perfect days in blue sky and midges. I like this stuff. When it gets a bit chaotic and you sort of feel a bit alive. This is what it's all about, isn't it, in the lakes? Wonderful. Okay, I'm just approaching the sheepfold at Low Moss. This is the one that Wainwright mentions in his book. There's a labyrinth of paths that lead away from it. And I can see my first people. So yeah, they're the first people I've seen up here so far. Oh, there's two more down here, look. Look at that. You know, Wait for one tourist scum to turn up and several do it at the same time. I'm kidding. Okay, this is the bit that I was expecting to be very boggy. I mean, just the name itself, low moss. It doesn't sound like a dry place, does it? I think I can see a way through here, sort of. Yeah, that's not so bad. Not so bad at all, that. It looks like I've got snot on my beard, by the way. It's not. I've just put some Vaseline on my lips. Honestly, it's not snot. Might be. Just check it out behind. That's High Dodge right there. Can't quite see Hallin Fell at the moment. Oh, actually, no, you can. Probably impossible in this to see it. But just to the left of the double breasts of High Dodge, you can see Hallin Fell. You can just make out the obelisk. Sorry, I'm kind of struggling at the moment to hold this up because one, it's windy, and two, I've got Vaseline all over my hands. Not a good combo. But now, getting to the point where we can see the night. This is it here. This kind of rhino horn almost. And you can see Castor Cam over there as well. Little bit of, that must be Striding Edge as well, I can see. Place Fell is literally just up there. You can see the trig point, not a huge distance away now, so I should get there by 2. It's places like this that are super special, you know. If ever you're feeling down, got any kind of sadness in your life, work troubles in your love life, whatever, just getting out into these environments, it's such a reset. It allows your mind to think about other things rather than to be bogged down by problems and sadness. You're just in nature, enjoying these incredible environments. You just forget about your problems for a little bit. And it also helps to put your problems in perspective a little bit. Maybe your problems aren't as bad as, you know, you might think. I know I certainly have, you know, those days like, oh, woe is me. And I get out here and it's like, what the hell was I worrying about? What, you know, why am I fussing about that? It's just not important. It's so inconsequential, you know. And it's these days that allow that to happen. These special moments. Not even necessarily the beautiful days, you know, the sunny, gorgeous days. Quite often it's the crazy, wild, hard days that are the best days. I think I've gone wrong here, you know. Kind of walking right into the middle of a bog. Oh, look at the deer. I really hope you can see those. They're just 3, there they are running off. I've not got my other camera, I would have shown you with my big camera, but unfortunately there they go. Can you see them? It's 4, I think. 5 minutes, oh 6. Yeah, quite a few. Like I said on previous videos, you know, it's this is deer country. This is where they used to have the big hunts. Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted by those gorgeous deer, I was having problems with navigating this path, but actually I'm all right. I think I'm on it. But flipping heck, this is a really great view. Let me just spin you around. Hopefully you can see what I'm seeing now. You've got this pyramid of the night, and in the background you've got Castor Cam as well, almost mirroring it. That's a really hard thing to say. Beautiful. Just no flipping light on it though. If that was lit up, if the night was lit up with some side-on shaftage, that would be killer shot, because I love the look of Castor Cam in the background. It's very Heaton and Cooper-esque, I think. There is a structure up there, and I don't know what it is. I'm going to check it out on the map now very quickly. It's a disused slate mine. So let's go and have a look. Chuffed a bit to saw those deer. Ooh, whoa, that was close. Nearly lost my leg. It was one of those moments that I've talked about again on the previous video, where you're walking off piste and you sink down and you kind of snap your knee the other way. Ooh, moss on rock. Not a good combination that at all, is it? It just slides off with you on it. Okay, I think this is the most anticlimactic straight from the path I've ever done. It's literally that little pile of stones. That was a wee bit more than I thought. Not a lot, but something. Okay, let's get over to towards the night. I'm actually slightly, because of that little quarry there, I'm actually slightly above the night now. And I don't know if I really want to drop down to it. It's not really that special when you're up close. It looks better from the lake and from down by Hallin Fell there. So I think what I'm going to do is head up back onto the path. It's not much of one. And then there's a little cairn on a little hill here, little mobble. And then just up to Place Fell there. You can actually see the trig point now from here. Hopefully you can see it on this camera. So really not far at all, which is great because then I can have my brekkie at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, it doesn't actually seem to have a name, this particular gill or beck. It just runs down and eventually just stops. I think it just stops down there in that quagmire you can see down there. It's actually called Bottomheads. It's a very, very faint trod going up to the summit of Place Fell via that cairn. It literally just reveals itself as you approach. That's looking pretty gnarly out towards Helvellyn now, isn't it? Whew. Okay, I'm actually reaching the summit from the other side. So I kind of swung back round beneath it and approaching now from the south. Final scramble. Oh, hello dog. Okay. There we go. Yikes. That's a bit crazy up here. Definitely gusting more than 30 now. Probably 30 to 40 mile an hour. That was a lovely moment then with the light. Beautiful. I mean, you can see how fast the clouds are moving, you know. I just know as soon as I put my head up over here, I'm going to get blown off. I do hope you can see all this. I hope you can see the sun through the clouds there. Let me try and hold that a bit more steady. So this is the second and final Wainwright of the day. Only two today, Hallin Fell and Place Fell. But I think you'll agree, both pretty special. Oh, that's better. Oh, that's much better. Just get out of that flipping wind. I mean, you can see the clouds whipping across there, look. They really are. I'm struggling to hold this camera still. I think this is the spot. I'm going to have just a quick butty, throw it in, and then head on down to Bordale Hawes. Some cute little pixie cups here. This is a form of lichen, and they're like little pixie cups. Right, I think I've had a quick check for butty crumbs. I couldn't see any, so hopefully not too offensive. Now, I was going to get a, well, you know, do the usual film. Oh, well, that's what you can see from here. You can see Great Mell, Little Mell, blah, blah, blah. But I can't be bothered. I know it sounds really awful, but I just can't be bothered. It got really cold. My hands are like blocks of ice. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get off and get down towards Bordale Hawes because temperature's dropped and I want to the pub. I mean, it's kind of the same views have been seen on the previous season anyway. Like I said, you know, Great Mell, Garbar, all that kind of stuff. But we're just on the other side of Ullswater now, which kind of separates the eastern fells from the far eastern fells, and obviously we saw towards Helvellyn before, but it's all a bit clagged in anyway. You can't see anything, so Right, I'll duck down now because as soon as I get around this corner, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be really windy. Woo! It probably doesn't look or sound that bad on this, but flipping heck, there's a really beautiful light around at the moment. Just every now and then, getting a little treat from the sun. And this is the moment my microphone died, which is probably not a bad thing because I just had my lunch and I was on a little bit of a sugar high. So the microphone dying, it just saved you about 30 minutes of just absolute gibberish. But I'm going to use this opportunity to draw your attention to the links in the description below. Links to my website where you can buy photographs, merch, or just buy me a coffee. All the money I make goes straight back into making these videos and supports the channel. You're a great bunch and I really do appreciate all the support you've given me so far. Thank you so much. Okay, this cairn marks the beginning of the very rapid descent down to Bordale Hawes. No idea what I was talking about here, probably that shaftage. It's a nice path this, very nice path. You can see Brothers Water in the background there. And as I spun round here, I think I was talking about the different patterns, the shadow and the light. Beautiful. Really nice views. Howtown Pikes. I had this foolish idea to run down for a little bit. Not a good idea. And here we are approaching Bordale Hawes. Alright, just got down to Bordale Hawes and the moment and I realised that my battery had gone flat on the microphone. So, yeah, all that footage, useless. Anyway, it's alright, I'll put a voiceover, which you've probably already seen. This is the chapel in the Hawes. And it's marked on the map, on the OS map, as Chapel in the Hawes. And it looks like an old sheepfold or something, or an old dilapidated quarry workings or something like that, you know, quarry hut. But sure enough, it was actual chapel. And people would have come to pray here. I don't know who would have prayed here. Maybe shepherds. Strange place to have it though, isn't it? Right on this crossroads. So this is the main crossroads actually. It goes over to Bannerdale, up to Angletown Pikes that way, down towards Hartsop Village that way, Patterdale down this way, which is the way I'm going to go now. But first I'm going to take off some of these layers because I'm absolutely red hot from coming down there. Then take off and primal off, take off this waterproof and take them both off. Take them all off, just take all the layers off. Well, not all of them. No, it's not that kind of channel. And there we go, we can see Ullswater again, Glenridding, and you can see the little pier where the ferry started this morning. I don't know what it is, but every time I nearly fall, it's when the camera's not running. That was very close. I just did like a 3 metre long slide on 1 foot down that grassy bit there. So if you do coming down here and it's wet, just be mindful of that. I just looked up a minute ago, just didn't realise how far I had to go, and I was pleasantly surprised that I'm in line with Crookerbeck Farm just down here and not a million miles away from Patterdale and the path that's going to take me over and bring me out by the school there. It's in Patterdale. Watch this, that walk from the school back to Glenridding will take about 8 hours. It'll just be the worst trudge of doom ever. I think what I'm going to do is then pick up the van and drive into Glenridding itself proper, because the ferry is just slightly outside. That's just really lazy actually. It's not outside at all, it's just down a driveway. But I'm going to get in the van anyway, I don't care. And I'm going to go to the Traveller's Rest. Very bleak down here, very bleak indeed. Doesn't actually feel like you're in the Lake District anymore. Okay, just about to cross over the beck. Any of you Lakeland aficionados know the name of this beck? Is it the Patterdale Beck? Is it the Glenridding Beck? Flows from Patterdale, through Patterdale, down to Ullswater. No, this is Goldrill Beck. No idea why. Interesting, eh? Little factoid. You knew there's a reason why you watch this show. Should be a familiar sight for a lot of you. I've just crossed the road here. Smells like pencils. That was the first line I ever said on my first ever vlog, ever. Right here. And my goodness, it does, it smells of pencils. Stick your nose inside a pencil case, that's what it smells like right here. This last little bit in to the village is a little bit soul destroying, if I'm absolutely honest with you, because I can see where the van is across the way, across the park, but it's just not getting any closer. And this is well, it's all right. It's a nice enough path to walk along, but I just want to get it done now. I'm done. Like I said, I've not got my mountain fitness yet. I'm just going to take a few walks to get it back. Right, shortcut across the park. I've got a couple of safety marsh bars in here, just tucked away, just in case I bonk, and I think I'm bonking. So I'm gonna have one, and maybe have two. So it depends how I feel. Okay, here we are, finally at the van. Let's get the bag in and drive up the hill towards the Traveller's Rest, and go and get a nice cold pint, maybe even a warm pint actually. Just a pint, okay. Why, hello there. Oh, amazing timing. Hello. Could I have a pint of Australia, please? Thanks. That's it, thanks, yeah. Quite true, isn't it?